we gotta do is win. So if they sleep on you, tuck them in. Meet me at the top, if you bought, I'll drop my pen. So many stars in the making, thank you, sing. Eyes on the prize, I say passionate. I got the sauce like Diana, vision like Matheson. They say patience is a virtue, so I went around the world and back again. Now NSL be on the map, no more imagining, it's happening.
Week 16 of the Northern Super League continues from Vancouver, British Columbia. It's a beautiful 30-degree day, perfect day for the Pride game at Swangard Stadium in Burnaby, BC. I'm Signa Butler alongside Canadian Soccer Hall of Famer Craig Forrest for today's call. Just the second meeting of the season between the visiting Calgary Wild and Vancouver Rise. You know what? We joked around with Coach Anya Heiner-Moller about their last game, which was 10 days ago, Craig. A 4-3 Montreal win.
Yeah, it was a good start by Vancouver. Lopez started off in the 3rd minute. They had to lead twice in the 17th minute, but scoring goals isn't the problem for Vancouver. What it is, it's hard to keep it out of the other end. Has really been their problem.
Yeah, she said, you know what? Maybe not the coach's dream to have a game like that, but they have been getting on the score sheet, and that's the important thing, that they're looking to kind of tune up the fine principles of defending.
Exactly.
Today.
Those exactly. They need to sort things out defensively. They a lopsided schedule the early part of the season, put them on the road, which they did perform very well, really. But at home, goals and results certainly, well, not so much goals, but results have been a problem for them. So Calgary will watch out, because Vancouver will be out for 3 points today.
Yeah, 3-4-3, Coach Anya Heiner-Moller. The attacking trio up front has certainly been impressive. Maite Lopez, the 19-year-old, Jessica Filippo, very consistent for them. And in the back line, where they're trying to clean things up, they're going to look to leader Tori Tumeth, who's in the center back role today, and we caught up with her ahead of the match. Tori, it's Pride game at Swangard. I'm sure the vibes are great out there, but it's also been a 10-day layoff for the Rise. How do you make sure the team's ready to go at kickoff today?
Yeah, look, it's been good to get back to the drawing board and focus on a few things that we wanted to correct ahead of today. So yeah, while, you know, we always want to be playing as frequently as possible, it was really nice to just have that good training block in between the last game and heading into this game, just to clean some things up and make sure we execute how we want to today.
Since joining the Rise, Anya Heiner-Moller, your coach, has said you've really emerged as a team leader. How would you describe your leadership style?
I think that I lead with actions, and that's something I try to abide by. I give my all every single time I'm out on the field, and I try and take everyone with me. So yeah, I'm definitely someone who likes to lead with their actions and give everything every single time. So yeah, that's kind of who I am as a player. But yeah, this team, we have stuck together during some hard times, and you know, we're going to excel today. So yeah, I'm excited.
Appreciate your time and good luck today.
Thank you.
The visiting Calgary Wild, meantime, they have not won a game in the regular season in the Northern Super League, but they won big against CSMRO in the W Canadian Championship quarterfinal.
Yes, they certainly did. And what was really impressive with them is that they forgot about what's going on in the league, because that has been a struggle for Calgary, obviously. But they come into this Canadian Championship with their front foot, looking to score goals, looking to dominate, and they did exactly that. The questions were certainly answered. So they got to build on that confidence coming into Vancouver. And I know the coach is very confident, and the team is looking so as well. That's a good result for them, and they move on to the semifinal of the Canadian Championship.
Yes, acting head coach Corey Babington saying that he could see their team picking up the 3 points on the road. They've certainly got a trio to watch for up front, led by Maya Jones. She had a goal in the Canadian Championship quarterfinal, as well as contributed to another one. The back line has been ignited by the addition of summer additions, Madison Pogarsh and Taylor Otto, and we talked to Michaela Moore, who will wear the captain's armband, about that today. Michaela, nice to see you. The team coming off a big win at the W Canadian Championship. How do you carry that momentum into the regular season?
Yeah, I think it was a really important game for us to get the win, and obviously we're hopefully going to take those feelings into today.
You've got 2 new players on the back line with Taylor Otto and Madison Pogarsh. How have they been acclimatizing into the team?
Honestly, awesome. I think since both of them have come in, it's been pretty seamless. And so far, you know, you're seeing the fruits of us adding them to our squad. And yeah, long may that continue.
Thanks for this, and good luck today.
Thank you.
Well, just the second meeting of the season between these two teams. The Calgary Wild 6th in the NSL standings against the Vancouver Ride 5th in the standings right now. Both teams desperate for points, and we'll have kickoff for you straight ahead.
Watching dough rise always fills me with inspiration.
Don't ever look at my savings account. The dough doesn't rise.
BMO has 2 simple ingredients to make your savings rise. Great interest rates and no monthly fees.
Yeah, that would do it all right.
Plus, get a cash bonus for opening a checking and savings account.
So BMO helps your savings grow bigger faster.
Like a triple dose of yeast.
You're hired.
What? No, I wasn't looking for it.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
BMO. First game. First whistle. First goal. First jersey. First autograph. First favorite player. First away game. First big win. First time thinking, that's gonna be me. Firsts help us move forward together. Toyota, founding partner of the first professional women's soccer league in Canada.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers, for the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists, for long distance love, for introverts and extroverts, for the thinkers and the doers, for old friends. Coca-Cola, for refreshing moments shared together.
Welcome back to our coverage of the Northern Super League presented by BMO. We're getting set for kickoff between the visiting Calgary Wild FC and the home team in their Pride kits today. It's the Vancouver Rise. Jess DeFilippo has been a key player for them this season, Craig, and somebody that can be counted on for goals, but the contributions as well.
Yeah, always. I mean, she's a consistent performer. She's a bulldog out there. She works incredibly hard. Sometimes I would think that she needs a little bit more composure in holding the ball up, but generally speaking, her play has been excellent. I mean, overly critical with this player who's really a very key figure for Vancouver.
5 goals, 2 assists on the season, trying to equal what she did last year, picking up 7 goals. She's already most of the way there. So that'll be a key player on that side of the field. It'll be the Calgary Wild wearing their red kits today, and the Vancouver Rise in their dark kits going from left to right. But it's Calgary kicking off. Again, looking for that first win in Northern Super League this season. They have 2 draws, and it's made a little bit harder today. They're without their captain, Maggie Doherty-Howard, still recovering from a leg injury, as well as Grace Storty, who's sitting out 2-game suspension after a red card against AFC Toronto. So big loss there in terms of leadership for that team, but they've got plenty of players that can step up, including Maya Jones, who we talked about in the pregame.
Oh yeah, Maya Jones, she was excellent midweek in the Canadian Championship. And this is an interesting match. I mean, I was really looking forward to this. So the fact that Vancouver have only won 1 game at home, Calgary hasn't won a game yet, but Vancouver can offer a little bit more. They certainly provide opportunities up front, but defensively they need to sort that out. That'll be interesting to see if they can do that. From Calgary's point of view, coming off that great winning of the Canadian Championship and the confidence that they showed in that game, they look like a different side. Okay, the quality wasn't quite there, but I think they can build on that, and that's what they need to do. And they've got some new signings in this team and everything else, so they're moving in the right direction.
Attempted cross in the box, goes out for the early corner kick for the Vancouver Rise. Camila Reyes will take to the corner flag. Colombian international in her first season in the Northern Super League. Plays it short. And out for goal kick.
The wasted set piece from Vancouver's point of view. They're trying to change things up. They haven't had a great deal of opportunities off the direct corners, so they're trying to work it into the box, and in the end, Calgary defended quite easily.
It's Madison Pogarsh. Naturally left-footed at the wing-back position. Lots of experience in the NWSL. Poe, as she's called by her teammates and coach. Okamoto sending a ball through, is searching for Abdu. Stanton, recycling back to Yeka. And the tireless Anna Bout has played every minute this season for the Vancouver Rise, all 14 games, 1,260 minutes and counting. Pogarsh finding a way through, has Boughton. Looking for targets. Everyone's running in a straight line.
It's been one of Vancouver's problems, really, is in transition. When they've got the ball, sometimes the opposition's at their most dangerous, and when they're in the other zone, because their transitions are so quick, and they've struggled against the counterattack. And Calgary will look to do that. I think that's what they're trying to do. Shore up the defense, make it difficult against a side that can score goals for fun. Look for those counterattacks to transition with some pace.
McCaslin gives that ball away, and Jones and Bockham working in combination. Calgary deciding to be patient with this. Over to Tilly James, filling in for Grace Storty today. Wins it back into the box. That's Bockham and Jones, and cleared by Vancouver. Not out of trouble just yet. Off the foot of Jones. Otto in some trouble with Latifa Abdu lurking up front. And Thurton called for the foul on Stanton. So just over 5 minutes in the match, both teams kind of sussing out the competition. Great atmosphere at Swangard Stadium. You mentioned just the one win at home, Craig, and you hope that maybe the fans can spur them on to victory here. Here's DeFilippo. Just got away from her. Kept it alive. And the shot on goal collected by Talbert.
Decent opportunity for Vancouver. Filippo does well here, just winning that second ball, and there's a bit of a scrappy, but the layoff was on, but certainly used that as a decoy to get the shot on target, which was right at the goalkeeper.
Now the other way, Tegan Stewart. And Vancouver takes it over again. Thurden putting pressure on Okamoto. Abdu coming all the way back to find the ball to Filippo. Now Tilly James. Just under the foot of Tegan Stewart. Caitlin Talbert playing her 13th game of the season for Calgary. First clean sheet in the Canadian Championship quarterfinal, and after facing so many shots this season, you could see the smile, the grin from ear to ear after that game on Wednesday night at ATCO Field in Calgary.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? I mean, to get that clean sheets in a different competition, just the same. But like I said, it should build on confidence with that. But she's been really exposed. Let's not kid ourselves this season. It's been a tough ride for the team defensively, not just for her.
And Bowd and DeFilippo just got their communication signals crossed there. Both teams missing a little bit of crispness in the early going here at Swangard Stadium.
Yeah, a few wayward passes so far, and technically hasn't been at his best yet. You can see some signs of opening up here for both sides, to be fair.
Okamoto keeping it alive on the left touch line. Ball played past Pogarsh. There's Corey Babington, acting head coach right now. Leah Blaney away with a personal family matter, so Babington filling in. Just been with the club for about 2 weeks now. He says they've really seen some of their principles of play be established. He's seen some great improvement over the course of 2 weeks, and this club has a lot of potential. That first win is just, it's coming. That's what he said.
It's coming, and they are building on that, and they haven't rested on their laurels. But Vancouver here with a bit of a setup, see if they can get something on target this time.
Abdu laying it off to Yeka. The cross in. Stewart corrals it. Jones forced back. Out for a wild throw.
Yeah, back to Calgary. I mean, they've made some moves. I mean, the coaches are in place that have got some great ability to do some good things. They need the players, and they brought in some players as well. They have 3 of them in the starting lineup, so they're building in the right direction, and that's what you have to do. And it's not easy because any pro plays long enough, you're going to be in a position like Calgary are, and it's a struggle, and you got to battle through those matches, and sometimes you just don't get the results even when you sometimes think you deserve them. But that's all part of the building of a team and a squad and a club. man, is not always easy. So they're doing the right things, and like I said, they're building on it. And hopefully they can get the first win in the next few weeks, or maybe tonight.
Yeah. I spoke to Jorian Bauckham on Wednesday night, Calgary Wild striker, and she said they've been really taking in the information the last 2 weeks from Leah Blaney and Corey Babington, and it's been really refreshing. They feel like it's a fresh sheet of pitch. It's a nice timely tackle there by Polgarsh, not afraid to get stuck in, still moving forward. Bauckham, the back heel. Now Maya Jones. Bauckham back to Polgarsh. And Moore gets it all the way into Bauckham again, broken up. And Vancouver takes over. Sonia just trickled between the shins of Sarita Thurton. Thurton had a very lively game against CSMRO on Wednesday night, scored a goal. Gave all kinds of trouble up the right flank. Stanton, Stewart in pursuit. Ball popped in and offside. Wide open.
Yeah, wide open, but just moved in that offside position, and gotta credit Calgary there too for their line, holding their line well to let her drift in that offside position, because if she was onside, there was going to be problems for Calgary. That's one of the things that they've shored up with those two new defenders that come in, and they've looked a little bit more organized at the back, and that's a good starting point.
Today's official, Anne-Marie Canuel. DeFilippo. Broken up by Calgary. Polgarsh. Lots of action on this left side. Here is Maya Jones going one-on-one against Sura Yeka. Yeka got a piece of that. Out for a Calgary throw. Houghton.
Maya Jones was excellent in that match in the Canadian Championship. Was on the ball an awful lot, so they'll be looking to give her as much time on the ball as they can, and Vancouver will be very aware of her ability to get at defenders, take them on one-on-one, and get balls into the box.
It's Michaela Moore and Tegan Stewart. Third straight start for Tegan Stewart, the 18-year-old from Calgary. Jones again. Looked to thread some pass in the box, and we've got a player down. Tegan Stewart's got to do up the boots. She tied those about 20 times, I think. I was a triple tire myself.
Yeah. She should be as well. This has happened a few times. It's interesting the officials letting her actually tie her boots. I mean, that's kind of a play on.
Reyes tucking it forward, looking for Maite Lopez, fellow Colombian international, combining up front. Stanton. It's broken up. That's Stewart. Boots back. Just a little bit too far for Tilly James. Playing in front of family and friends today. Tilly James from Vancouver. Started with the Trinity Western Spartans program in youth sports. Has really come into her own in the second season of professional soccer for her. Anya Heiner-Muller talked to us earlier this week, Craig, and they're also down a few players. We mentioned the players that Calgary's missing. Of course, Vancouver without Quinn right now, without Jess Coward in the back, Mia Ponte, several injuries right now. They're close to coming back. She wouldn't really give us a timeline, but hoping to have those players back. But this 10-day training block was great for the team in order to put some of those lessons into place.
Yeah, that is a good time to be able to do it. And at the same time, when you've come off 2 home losses in a row, you want games to roll around quickly. You get to get that right as well. So there's a bit of a plus-negative side of that. But hopefully they'll get their full squad back shortly. But they've got a decent amount of depth in Vancouver that can be able to deal with that against most sides in the NSL.
Camila Reyes on the ball. See what kind of service the Rise can get here from Reyes. Inside 20 minutes in this opening half at Swangard Stadium. Up over top, Talbert punches it away. Lopez gets the cross in, and Talbert into her sure hands.
Good goalkeeping. Talbert did very well initially on the punch coming to clear, and then again there making a pretty simple save. Defenders love that when you're going to come for crosses and clean up anything in behind them into the dangerous areas.
Back to Tubeth. And Sura Yekos played a little bit of center back this season, a little bit at wing back. And McCaslin, the distribution again, just a little off the mark. It's an area of focus for McCaslin in the offseason. Spent a lot of time her and Anna Boat actually working, Anna Boat helping McCaslin with her technical skill in the back. And
yeah, she's had a couple wayward passes, but trying to play out of the back and be careful with the ball. Just gave it away once and then poor pass to the right back that time, but they'll keep with it, keep building and keep working on it. You know how they want to play.
Otto escapes the pressure put on by Latifa Abdu, and the Wild are playing out of the back. Sonia looking over top. Thirden in pursuit. And the youngster, that is Mila Iwasik, making her 4th start of the season. She's a youth development player, permit player, and a verbal commit to Texas Christian University. But still a teenager and playing in the Northern Super League. It's this youth development permit, I think, is fantastic for a young player to get the experience professionally, but not lose your eligibility for college.
Exactly. I think it's really good, and it's important as well for development for players to have some youngsters out there. And you can see the appreciation of the fans that know the game in Vancouver, and also the troubles that they've had defensively. So when she cleans up the problems there brilliantly well, and being as young as that, it's going to be put her in good stead. The ceiling is very high for her.
Jones back up top to Boughton. Skips off a foot. And Tumeth wearing the captain's armband today, firing it up to Latifa Abdu. Yeka stepped in well there. Has Abdu moving forward. Abdu not afraid to go 1v3. We've seen that before this season. But Otto does well to poke that ball away. Jones now on the right side. So Jones and Thurton swapping. Okamoto gives that away to Stewart. Good recovery, though. James stepped in well there.
Both teams guilty of giving the ball away cheaply. A few occasions right there. Need to look after the ball just a little bit better.
Yeka. Looking forward now is Surayeka. It's going to arrive too long.
Right idea. Just try to find that space in behind. It's a little bit heavy with the pass. More lace problems.
I sense a theme here. Sonia this time. Pogarsh successful in the pass to Bockham. And Tumeth called for the foul. A little too aggressive on Jorian Bockham. Ooh, nice little piece of skill there. The fans appreciative, but given away. Bouts. Abdu, that was nice as well. Pogarsh managed to get a toe on it.
Seen that a few occasions with Pogarsh and Otto making some decent tackles and putting themselves in good positions defensively, and that's what they missed, and that's what they wanted to. What they wanted when they brought these two players in. They certainly, like I said, look more organized defensively and decent in an attack as well. Although Vancouver looks like they're protecting their defense side of as well. Both teams, I mean, they've conceded so many goals this season.
Calgary conceding 39 goals this season. The Rise 34.
Yeah, that's far too many on both sides, and they can see why they're playing like this. Calgary especially, because you want to build from the back and start with your defensive setup, and they've done that well, and building on that.
Reyes finding Yeka, opening up some space on this right side. Here's Anna Bout. And the final pass wasn't on. It's an area of the game that Anya Heiner-Moller would like to see Bout work on. Some of those crosses, the finishes. It's part of her individual development plan right now.
Yeah, because I mean, her energy is excellent. I mean, she works really hard. She gets herself in good position. Her movement and pulling players in and out of positions is great. Just a little bit more patience on the ball and the build-up.
Great turnout today for the Pride match at Swangard Stadium. Some of the best attendance in the league over in Burnaby, BC, as Okamoto draws the foul.
Yeah, a little bit aggressive. Good work on the ball, putting yourself between the ball and the defender, drawing that foul and putting Vancouver in a decent position here for another set piece by Reyes.
Reyes sourcing out, finding her teammate, but goes right to Talbert.
Good hands and a good starting position like that from Calgary, right at the top of the box, forcing that ball to be put in an area that's not going to beat the goalkeeper directly. And the ball in the end wasn't very good. It was easy for the goalkeeper, Talbert, to deal with.
Polgarsh attempting to thread the ball to Jones. Picked off by the Rise. Okamoto holding her foot. Seems to be all right.
Oh yeah, you can see it just accidentally stood on the top of her metatarsals.
Okay, Craig.
It's a common break for footballers, obviously. Heard that an awful lot. The old metatarsals.
Dr. Craig Forrest here. I just went with foot, but Iwasik. Comfortable back there. Yeka. Philippou couldn't turn more. And with 15 minutes to play, still 0-0 at Swangard Stadium. You're watching the Northern Super League presented by BMO, the official bank of the NSL. Searching for our first goal of the game as Otto intercepts. And Thurton will go all the way back to Talbert. I mentioned this was the second matchup of the season between these two teams. They last met July 11th as Jorian Bockham moving forward, but Iwasik recovers. You hear the roar from the crowd, Craig.
Yeah, I think she's got a fan zone right there at the end, just absolutely giving her plaudits every single time she's done something very well. And nice to see. Bockham's a handful.
Switch in play. Latifa Abdu all the way to Bout. Can she get there? She can. Great hustle. Polgarsh is there as well. and takes the contact, and Bout's not happy about it, but free kick the other way.
Yeah, good work on the line here, keeping it in. The defender does well really drawing that foul. You can see why the fans were too happy, because it was a little bit soft, but usually goes to the defender in places and calls like that. Bit risky though.
Pogarsh, a veteran, the 28-year-old.
Exactly.
Knew what she was doing there. Abdu trying to turn, had Bout, but intercepted by Pogarsh. Jones showing off some of her skill. The handball called back there. Marie Canuel just having a few words with the players, and Jesta Philippo's got to watch it. She's got 4 yellow cards on the season, and
yeah, I can see the frustration there a little bit, because the players were shouting for a handball there, and I'm not even sure it did even hit her hand. Vancouver's claiming that she should be doing the refereeing and not the players. It's a little bit of frustration there from Vancouver.
That's nice from Bout. Over top, looking for DeFilippo, and whoa, that's a bit of an iffy touch there by Talbert.
Yeah, adjusted her feet well there, because she didn't panic once her first touch wasn't on. Cleared her lines well. Calgary have given Vancouver, their 2 front players, Abdu and Filippo, no space at the moment. They're really tight, and they're really 2 dangerous players, and so far they haven't had a good look at goal.
Camila Reyes stepping up again for another corner kick for Vancouver. They have some big targets in the box.
The last one was played short. I think this one's going to go into the box and test them defensively. That the sun is right in the eyes of the goalkeeper. Maybe put one under the bar, see what happens.
Sent in, right to the back post. Abdu acrobatically on the end of that. And a player down in the box. That's Maya Jones.
Reyes with the set piece. Everybody's attacking it. Kept in by Abdu just about. DeFilippo gets the ball on the head, but can't get it on target. See exactly what happened. Jones there, but the players right away were calling for the physios to come out, so hopefully she's going to be okay. Take the opportunity to get rehydrated here.
30-degree day in Burnaby, BC. Maya Jones getting assessed from the medical staff, and just coming back this season after a long-term foot injury. So hope that's unrelated.
Yeah, the temperature's hot. Interesting they didn't need a second invitation to come over to the bench to hydrate, and something to keep an eye on as the match goes on. We'll see the legs and how heavy and tired they end up becoming, and if we'll see some space open up later.
And especially for, you know, I mean, we talked about Vancouver having a 10-day layoff, but how about Calgary having to turn around Wednesday night match where, you know, you're playing on grass at ATCO Field in Calgary. You pick up that victory in the W Canadian Championship, but then you got to turn around and basically recover and travel.
Yeah, and I think that's good, though, in some ways. Obviously, there's some difficulties in that, but a long ways away, about an hour flights, and an hour time change, so it's not drastic, but a little worrying here for Jones. She's really looking like she's hurt that foot or ankle.
We'll see if that's enough to keep her on the sidelines. Looking a little bit better there.
An important player.
Maya Jones, 2 goals, 2 assists this season. Talbot slowing things down, going to the other side of the box. Now, I mentioned I didn't finish my story about the last time these two teams met. Back on July 11th at McMahon Stadium. It was 2-2 at halftime. Very close game between the two, and before Vancouver scored 2 very late goals in the 86th and stoppage time to win it 4-2. So it was a real heartbreaker for Calgary. They remember it. They remember that game.
Oh yeah, for sure they will. They've had a few heartbreaking matches this season. It's tough to get yourself going. And Jones on the bench at the moment, getting that foot looked at.
So Calgary adjusting their shape while they await a substitution for Maya Jones. That's a big blow to their offensive hopes today. Yucca taking an inside touch, tried to thread it to DeFilippo. That was knocked away. Holly Johnson getting ready on the Calgary touchline to come in for Maya Jones, Australian international. Vancouver taking their time. That's a nice little touch to Filippo. Couldn't find a way through. Bouts. Cutting inside, has to cut back. Yeka, back post. Again punched away by Talbot. And Thurton just clears toward the half. Five minutes to play in the opening half. Still scoreless. Still looking for our first threatening shot of the game as well, Craig. Everything's pretty clogged up out there.
Yeah, so surprising, isn't it, really? Because you thought there would be a lot of chances, but both sides are trying to look after the defensive responsibilities. They've done that well.
And a through ball nearly got to Latifa Abdu, and Talbot did enough to force that out of bounds. And we'll finally see Holly Johnson come into the match. Again, if you're just joining us, Maya Jones picking up what looks like a lower leg injury. Walked off on her own esteem, but that is a big loss for Calgary. Holly Johnson, though, does provide offense as well. 2 goals and an assist on the season. Has a knack for goal. And gets a tackle in there. Combining with Bockham. Dribbles right into pressure. And out for a throw-in. Busy along this touchline. Not much action on the other side of the pitch. As Iwasek turns back to McCaslin. Stanton. Bouts, nice turn, just a little bit too much on the pass. Reyes sending the ball the other way. Here is Lopez. And Michaela Moore sweeps that out of bounds. Maite Lopez coming off a great game against Montreal. She was aggressive, scored in that game. Scored in the last time they played Calgary too. She had that extra time goal.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen enough of her in the first half. Credit Calgary for that, but they're trying to find a way to get on the ball. Lopez can be dangerous.
Iwasek over top. Sonia slips it through to Bacchum. To Pogarsh. Has Johnson. Collie Johnson going against Yeka. Can she get the cross off? She does, right across the front of goal. No Calgary shirts there.
Yeah, that's when some of the Calgary players need to take a chance and a gamble to get across the face of that goal. Walkham's been isolated quite a bit as far as the attacking threat goes for Calgary.
Iwasek's pass goes awry, right to Sonia. Tegan Stewart. Tegan Stewart looking for a shot, and she nearly got it over McCaslin. But last year's Gold Glove winner corrals that before any trouble could happen.
Yeah, decent opportunity. Ball given away cheaply by Vancouver, and Calgary looking to pounce. Decent shot on net. McCaslin, it's the first time that Satter's hand is stung in this match.
Coming back from an offside position was Jess DeFilippo. 3 minutes of added time in this opening half. Perhaps time for an opportunity right before the whistle goes. We'll see. And Bowden battling with Iwasek. Gets the cross in, and easy one for McCaslin to deal with.
Good communication from McCaslin there on the cross, just to sweep up the problem. For both these teams, it's been that last ball, that final pass just before an opportunity has let them both down at times in the first half. That was a nice switch of play.
DeFilippo finding Lopez. Lopez 1v1 against James. Cuts to the inside. Lopez, the shot blocked by Moore. And the rebound well over top. Maite Lopez showing that she is not afraid to go 1v1.
And that all opened up from the switch of play, and then it gets Lopez in a position where she is isolated one-on-one, can take the players on. He does so really well there, and just unfortunately doesn't get purchase on the shot. Much better from Vancouver. Shows you how if you can quickly switch play like that, opens things up, and it was well done.
We talk about Just Filippo and scoring, and she also, that's an underrated part of her game, her distribution.
Yeah, no, she's very good. She can set players up as well. She's very lively. And I would say that Calgary have dealt with her brilliantly well in the first half, because she hasn't really had an awful lot of opportunities or chances even to get on the ball. Credit to Calgary.
Stanton 0-2, Bout. Almost a full to halftime here at Swangard Stadium. Just a few seconds left in this opening half. Ooh, big collision there on top of the box. Vancouver still got it. Bout. Cross in, over the top. Moore got a head on it. And cleared away all the way to Morgan McCaslin, who's well off her line. Another cross into the box. Abdu turning, fires! And goes wide. And there was a shot on goal right before the end of the half. Latifa Abdu, an opportunity there, but it's 0-0. Any tweaks you'd like to see in this second half coming up?
Well, I don't, not overly. I think that, we're looking at Calgary and how they set this team up, and with their new signings, they've really dealt with the dangerous players at Filippo and Abdu. They're going to have a chat going off the field to see how they can open things up second half. I think the Lakes will get tired second half. I think we'll see chances at both ends, but both teams, quite honestly, tactically, I think they've got their team set up pretty well, and they've been very difficult to break down.
And there is Maya Jones hobbling off, not a sight we want to see in the Northern Super League, or if you're a Calgary Wild fan. It is 0-0 at the half at Swangard Stadium. We'll be back with your halftime show just ahead.
Eyes on the prize, I say passionate. I got the sauce like Diana, vision like Matheson. They say patience is a virtue, so I went around the world and back again. Now NSL be on the map, no more imagining, it's happening.
We've already got tons of WestJet points.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Should we?
I'm booking it.
Your next travel story is waiting. Make it happen with the all-new WestJet Rewards.
When you went down injured, your first thought in that moment
was, oh crap, I've really done my knee. Yeah, I think I knew right away. I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to jog about any further.
Honestly, when Quinn went down, I was like, they're going to get up. Like, I was like they always do. They're going to stay down for a second.
Yeah, that's true.
Get some water, and they're going to be back up like always. So I was just like warming up, and I was like, whatever, la la la. But then they did not get up. And then I was like, okay, I guess I'll run faster in my warm-up. I got subbed in, obviously, and there was a lightning storm immediately. And in my head, I remember being like, this is so late, but I was like, this is gonna be like a turning point. It's gotta be, like, it's a lightning storm. What do you mean? Like, that's wild. And we just got to go in and like regroup. I think we really needed that break.
I think getting back into the locker room, I really felt like, wow, they have it covered. It just felt like everyone was really focused to that goal.
You couldn't be on the field, but you were definitely helping to set us up for success for the rest of it. So.
Got a new ball.
Thank you.
Yeah. We were saying before the game with Jazzy, we're like, you guys know it's really hard to win stuff.
To get there.
In soccer, like, it's actually really hard. You know how hard it's been? Like, we've been through it.
But I remember looking up at the clock at like the 75th minute, and I was like, we can win this. It was like literally pure elation. That's the only thing that I could say it. It's like, I couldn't stop smiling, and just seeing my teammates and knowing the journey that we took to get to this very moment is like, only we will know how hard that was.
So that was pretty cool, I think, for to actually to win something.
We knew how to respond when maybe things were not going our way. But I think just having everyone on board to when things go wrong, we don't ever turn on each other. We actually turn towards each other to solve the problem.
Yeah, it's like building on our culture.
Yeah, building on our culture, staying together as a team. And yeah, last year's locker room was most special that I've ever been in. So we can keep that rolling.
People doubt us in Winnipeg, what we're capable of. Like no good players could be from here. Nothing is expected of us, so we fight for everything we get. And we work harder than anyone that thinks it's going to be handed to them. I've spent my life defending home. And now I'm ready to shape its future. My dream for Winnipeg is that we stop asking if we belong on the world stage. And instead, show up and take our place. Introducing NSL Winnipeg. Destroy doubt.
Week 16 in the NSL continues with this matchup. We're 45 minutes down. It's 0-0 between the host Vancouver Rise and the visiting Calgary Wild FC. Well, thanks for joining us for our halftime show presented by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. And, it's 0-0 on the scoreboard, but there was still some key things that happened in that opening half. And one of them, not something you want to see, an injury to Maya Jones, number 99, in the middle of your screen, and goes down and was in some real discomfort afterward.
Yeah, it's hard to see exactly what happened there, whether she even might have potentially stood on the foot of one of her own players and rolled her ankle. It's hard to tell, but one thing we know is she was substitute off, and she doesn't look comfortable at all at halftime. It's a big loss, not just for this game, but for the future as well, and hopefully it's not going to be a long-term injury, because we know how important she is and how important she was midweek in that Canadian championship win, where she was absolutely electric.
Yeah, 2 goals, 2 assists on the season for Maya Jones, and you hope that that is just precautionary. First half statistics for you, and it was mostly the Vancouver Rise in terms of possession, but both teams having trouble getting that final shot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Vancouver's had a little bit more of the play, but the combination of good defending and good goalkeeping as well has kept Vancouver from getting clear opportunities in the box. The balls for Bout have been good, decent. She needed to improve on that. I think she's done okay on the right flank, but you have to credit Calgary for really keeping Vancouver at bay. And from their standpoint, Calgary, as good as it is defensively, and that's their starting point. They lack a little bit of, obviously, thrust and opportunities and threat going forward. We'll see if they can improve on that in the second half.
Well, the vibes are good at Swangard Stadium. It's Pride match for the Vancouver Rise, and right now it's 0-0, so plenty to stay seated, or maybe get off your seat in the second half. We'll have more of our halftime show coming up here on CBC Gem. Stay with us.
I think being from Calgary means everything. I love that city. It means the whole world to me, so being able to play pro at home is just the greatest gift ever. I think my favorite part about playing home games in Calgary is when I'm flying up the wing and I hear little girls or parents or just friends and family like chanting my name. I think it's really just rewarding knowing that you're appreciated. I want to put on a good show for my friends and family and for all the people that come out to support us, but less pressure because Calgary is just such a forgiving place. So I know no matter what happens, like, the city always has our back.
Cross gets in, and it's in the back of the net.
What do you remember about the goal? What do you remember about the moment?
Yeah, it was my first professional goal as a total, so super sweet. It wasn't a pretty goal, that's for sure. It went kind of straight off the bridge of my nose, but a goal's a goal. I'll count it as a header, and it was just surreal. My best friend was there, my family was there, so it was a moment I'll never forget.
On the pitch, you see the intensity she brings, and she brings that every day. On training, she's always loud. You can hear her from across the field. But off the field, I do think she does a really good job of making everyone feel included, and she has that high social battery where she can make sure like the team is all meshing together and bringing that energy off the field as well.
I took a lot of pride in, I think everyone's kind of said, starting this and being a part of the start of it, and I think it's special for me that I am Calgarian. You know, I want to leave an impact on this league, whether I'm here for forever or just a short period of time, and I love it, so I can't complain. But yeah, moving forward, it's just, this is the place where I want to be and I love to be, so can't thank this league enough. Growing up, we didn't have that, especially in Canada, and it's really cool to see even now just the feedback from parents, moms, dads, their children, just saying how lucky they feel that their kid has someone to look up to. I hope they leave knowing that they have a role model.
Welcome back to our halftime show presented by BMO. You're watching the Northern Super League on CBC Gem. A beautiful day on the West Coast, 30 degrees in Vancouver, British Columbia. And earlier this week, we were at the other coast in Halifax, Nova Scotia for the first of the W Canadian Championship quarterfinals at the Wanderers grounds, where it was Jordan Rhodes helping the Tides out to an early lead.
Yeah, very important player for Halifax, obviously, and she gets really in good positions here as well and knocks it in and makes it 2-0 and puts them right on the front foot in this match. It's very important, lots at stake.
But Ottawa, you can never take your foot off the gas. Florence Belzile getting one back here.
Yeah, they're one of the most consistent, if not the most consistent side in the NSL, and they're always going to fight back, and they do exactly that. It took a long time. 90th minute was 2-2, goes to time added, extra time.
And you got to like this from last year's Defender of the Year, Jaleesa Harris. You like that as a goalkeeper, Craig?
You do. You let one slip underneath you. You like your defenders to come and help you out.
But this was the winner in extra time, Nicola Golan, and it was all constructed by Kira Mellenhorst and DB Pridham.
Yeah, it was a great finish, a good shot on net initially. Toth makes a very good save, but the rebound, she's not going to miss from there. 1:07 on the clock, and it is Ottawa that go through.
Yeah, 3-2 the final there. We already know Calgary Wild stamping their ticket into the semifinals as well. We're going to have another quarterfinal coming up this week. The Montreal Roses taking on League One Ontario team Simcoe County Rovers. That should be a great one to watch. Well, we know it's Pride game at Swangard Stadium today, and two best friends on the team, Quinn and Nikki Stanton, well, they told us what pride means to them. Take a look at this WestJet feature.
You got this. Now we're together.
I feel like I started to understand in college what that next step looked like of being a professional athlete. It wasn't very clear when I was younger because there wasn't professional soccer.
I graduated from a smaller school in the East Coast, and after my last game, I was like, I feel like I'm not done, and I had more to give to the sport. So I went to a tryout, and they were like, we don't have a contract for you because you're a midfielder. And in that moment, I was like, wait, I'm actually like not good enough. And I started calling all my friends, and I was like, do you think I'm good at soccer? And everyone was like, yeah, we think you're really good. Deciding for myself, I was like, no, you are good enough. Stop getting all this external validation and just like know within yourself that you're good enough.
I think for me it was a full circle moment. I played with the national team here in like 2014 and 2015, and after living in Vancouver during that time, I told myself, I'm gonna live here again. Being back in Canada, obviously like with the landscape of what's happening in the US, how much we had worked toward building this league and building opportunities for women in soccer in Canada, I think that was definitely a full circle moment for like all of the work I personally had put in, other people around me. Yeah, it was just exciting to be part of that.
I mean, I knew that Vancouver was having a team, and I was like, wow, that's so great. And then actually Cooney was the one that was like, hey, I'm thinking of going there. You know when you hear about an opportunity and like it just everything about it feels right? And Cooney was like, I'm gonna go there. And I was like, I wanna go there. And then I was like, wow, like I just got instant excitement, and I've always wanted to just be in a new league and help grow the sport. One of the most memorable parts of my career was I got a DM from someone that said that I helped encourage her to come out to her family. And this was a point where like I had kind of just come out to my family and kind of just came out public. And that message, like I will never forget it. It meant so much to me because I obviously didn't have a lot of people that I could have kind of looked up to that were like out, and I kind of felt a little bit of shame in the beginning when I was like kissing girls. Can I say that? I don't know. I take so much pride in it, and it's honestly one of, pride, get it. But I think it's one of the most, like, my favorite things about having even a small platform is because I just want to spread awareness that, like, let's just celebrate everyone for being themselves. So yeah, it's one of my favorite things about this job.
Welcome on board our new Triangle Rewards and WestJet Rewards partnership. Prior to earning, ensure your accounts are securely linked. In the event you shop or fly with us, earn Canadian Tire money and WestJet points on all eligible purchases. Breathe normally and secure your own rewards before assisting others. Take a moment to locate where you can spend once and earn twice. Link today and watch your rewards take off.
For the big, small, short, tall. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For refreshing moments. Shared together.
Watching dough rise always fills me with inspiration.
Don't ever look at my savings account. The dough doesn't rise.
BMO has 2 simple ingredients to make your savings rise. Great interest rates and no monthly fees.
Yeah, that would do it all right.
Plus, get a cash bonus for opening a checking and savings account.
So BMO helps your savings grow bigger faster.
Like a triple dose of yeast.
You're hired.
What? No, I wasn't looking for it.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
BMO.
Back at Swangard Stadium for our Northern Super League coverage of Week 16. It's a 0-0 game between the Vancouver Rise and the Calgary Wild. Jamie Perreault coming into the game as a substitute. Going off is Nikki Stanton. So the birthday, Jamie Perreault, turning a fresh 20 years of age today.
Wow.
To remember what I was like when I was 20, it was a mere few years ago, Greg. Just a mere few years.
Exactly. Yeah. For me, it's a few decades ago.
Me too, my friend. Craig Forrest and Signa Butler are with you for the call today on CBC Gem. So glad you could be with us. Waiting our first goal of the match at Swangard Stadium, and might we see it in this final 45 minutes? We shall see. It's Vancouver kicking off. They're wearing their dark kits today. They're going from right to left on your screen, where the Calgary Wild are in their red kits. Sarita Thurton. The ball called out of bounds. Drawing the foul. Tegan Stewart on the ball. Ball played through to Thurton. And penalty. Sarita Thurton drove herself into the box and drew a penalty. So 1 minute into the second half, Craig, and we're going to see a kick from the spot here.
Yeah, well, from a neutral's point of view, the game needs a goal, certainly to spark things off. And this is a good start from Calgary coming out, and Thurton did an excellent job there, putting herself, talking about between the ball and the defender, giving her an opportunity to make a challenge, and she did. And unfortunately for Vancouver, giving away a penalty and an opportunity here for Calgary to take a 1-0 lead.
So stepping up is the 18-year-old Calgary native, Tegan Stewart. 1 goal on the season. And trying to put her team on top. It's Stewart, and it's in the back of the net. Tegan Stewart giving the visitors a 1-0 lead. McCaslin guessed the wrong way, and Stewart made her pay.
Yeah, some pressure on the youngster, but didn't show it. Absolutely none of it, and bangs that in the back of the net from the penalty spot. Bit of a surprise. Maybe is this going to be Calgary's first win of the season? It would be massive on the road against Vancouver, but look at the calm composure, banging that one to the back of the net. 1-0.
Tegan Stewart, of course, part of the Canadian under-20 pool of players, hoping to be a member of that World Cup team come September when the World Cup takes place in Poland, and puts her team on the board here, and they're coming again. Callie Johnson. The cross in. Oh, Thurton should have done better there.
Yeah, it looked as though she could get something on it. She tries to take a touch, or was just a little bit too far, but it's a decent ball in. A very good ball in. It just looks as though if your feet were just mixed up a bit, couldn't get the final touch to make it 2-0. Calgary on the front foot here early in the second half.
Foul called on Hannah Boughton.
Coach for Calgary, Babington, who's in charge at the moment, probably had a chance of picking up 3 points, which is a bold statement considering a team's playing away from home and hasn't won all season. But they knew something that nobody else knew, potentially, is watch this team grow in training and building from that Canadian Championship match, and here we are.
Okamoto gets it in the box. It's got Abdu, and it took a deflection. Out for a corner kick, Latifa Abdu. Having her way in the box, just was missing the finishing touch. Good defending, though.
Good defending and good offensive play, too. Good hold-up play, good touch, good shifting the ball into a position where she can get a shot on target, and it ends up getting blocked and goes out. Lively start here in the second half. Fun to watch. We didn't see much of this in the first half.
Short corner. Reyes sends a curling ball in. And in the box, Jess DeFilippo took a swing and missed, but prime opportunity again for Vancouver.
Dangerous, really dangerous. It looked as though she had enough to get something on it, but failed to just.
And the substitute, Perreault, getting the crowd on her side. And Callie Johnson says, I gotta slow this down a bit, knocking it out of bounds.
Yeah, take no chances. Clear your lines, regroup, reorganize.
There's Jamie Perreault. Pitt Meadows, BC, just turning 20 today. Canadian youth player through U17 and U20. Filippo does well to hold the ball up. Okamoto getting the ball inside. Tilly James recovered, and Moore's able to clear. Thurton cutting inside. Was looking for Stewart and just didn't ignite on the run. Ball threaded through. Abdu, and out of her net is Talbert. Well out of her net. Can Perreault keep this alive? She does. And Sonia able to squeaked that ball away.
Yeah, I just needed to pick out a runner into the box and failed to do so. Some decent work from Vancouver, though. This game is opened up.
And a runner the other way. It's Bockham cutting to her right foot, and Bockham stoned by McCaslin with the kick save. Yeah, it's really opening up.
Yeah, great work. Good goalkeeping, good forward play as well. Cutting it in her right foot, really exposing the goalkeeper to be able to go both sides. And Castle makes a really fine stay, staying big. All the goalkeepers want to maybe take a guess at that moment in time, and she doesn't do that. Stays big, strong, and makes a strong save. That would have been an important goal if Calgary was able to nick another one.
Tegan Stewart, the goal scorer. Short corner to Johnson. Stewart drove it in low, and Michaela Moore couldn't get a foot on it. Thurton to Stewart, out to Johnson again. Polly Johnson cutting inside. Took an extra touch. Johnson to her left foot now, and McCaslin like glue back there.
Hey, for Calgary fans, they've not seen much of this type of play all season long. This is much better from them. You know, they gained that confidence with the midweek win, Canadian Championship, but this is really good as far as organization goes, and now getting actually at Vancouver and causing problems on a few occasions here in the second half.
Thurton calling her name a lot in this opening half. Drew the penalty kick and creating offensively. Corner kick now. Calgary Wild still looking for their first regular season win in the Northern Super League. Sitting 6th in the standings, just 2 points on the season. And that's Surayeka in some discomfort. Back on her feet. Well, they were trying the short corner. I guess we're restart here. Goes short again. Cross in, far post, back post, and Bockham heads it over top. I believe that was Taylor Otto heading across goal, and
yeah, and it appears that it was offside. Just the assistant puts the flag up, and just the same, just about. Calgary dangerous once again.
But speaking of dangerous, it's Latifa Abdu cutting to the top of the box. It's DeFilippo! Just DeFilippo tying things up. It's 1 goal apiece at Swangard. This second half's opened up.
It sure has. Didn't see much of this for the first half at all. And we've got a treat here in the second half as things have really changed, and now Calgary need to regroup as well because they opened up for the first time we've seen in this match. Filippo, who we know is dangerous and in that position, is not probably going to miss the target. For me, the goalkeeper looks as though she goes down a little bit early. Whether it's a big, there's a bit of a deflection there, I'm not sure, but pretty central on the net. Just the same, asking the questions from DeFilippo, and it's 1-1.
So Latifa Abdu and Jess DeFilippo combining, the 2 former Lakeshore Soccer Club teammates, combining with the Vancouver Rise, and it's Abdu on the front foot again. That is the substitute, Audrey Francois, into the match. Played 25 minutes in her NSL debut. Started the season a little bit late, coming back from Harvard University, graduating there, helping them to an Ivy League tournament win. And Coach Anya Heiner-Muller says she's been training really well, and she came in a hectic part of the game against Montreal, and she showed quite well. So we'll see what Francois can do in her second appearance with Vancouver.
With a bit of a skip in her step there. It's amazing what a goal can do for a side. The coach is doing a little bit more confidence. And now Vancouver, it's their turn to be on the front foot.
Okamoto keeps it in bounds. Bout. Cross goes only as far as Stewart, and Bockham giving chase against Tumeth and does well to tackle that before Bockham could be on the go.
Yeah, well-timed tackle. Stern challenge there.
And Calgary, the player down on the pitch. James slow to get up, and Michaela Moore does enough to make sure that Talbot can pick up the ball, but Tilly James is still down on the pitch.
Talbot's done well on a few occasions, coming up to sweeps, playing at the top of her box, cleaning up, even coming out and sweeping on a couple of occasions to really help out her defense in the starting positions. Excellent. Well, this doesn't look good either.
So if you're just joining us, Maya Jones had to leave the match in the opening half, and some kind of lower body injury. Very important player for Calgary, so we hope that she's all right. And now Tilly James, who's really come into her own in her second professional season. Getting treatment from the medical staff here. Calgary down a defender, of course. Grace Storty unavailable, sitting out a 2-game suspension after receiving a red card for dissent against AFC Toronto earlier this season. So they don't have her at their disposal today. Maggie Doherty-Howard, of course, still out with injury.
Maya Jones at halftime.
Yeah.
Or just before halftime, being subbed out. I mean, they're in a good spot here, Calgary, but the injuries are just piling up in this match. And some important players missing as well. Edmonton's giving them a chat. They need to keep their shape. One time when they got exposed a little bit, Vancouver ended up capitalizing on, but generally speaking, they've been as good as I've seen them all season.
So James back on her feet. Playing in front of family and friends in her hometown today, so we'll see if she's able to stay on.
Quite a coming together there. It's Abdu and her went to ground and seems to be shaking it off. Let's hope that that's the case.
Ball back to Caitlin Talbot. Long ball all the way to McCaslin. Going for a run on the right side and just goes out for a goal kick.
That's good news.
So James coming back in the match. One by Vancouver, quickly flicked on, but Talbert was off her line before Abdu could do any damage.
Excellent goalkeeping again. Talk about that starting position. Has to be important. Your back line is relying on you if the ball goes a little bit deep. She's been brilliant. Sweeper keeper.
Tumeth tried to pick out Okamoto. Bounce went the wrong way for the native of Tokyo. Lopez fed it right to the top of the box, but backtracking was Collie Johnson.
Space opening up. Tired. The legs are getting a little bit heavy and a bit tired, so we've seen some one-on-one situations and exciting play. Players are driving past defenders, and we'll see that a little bit more as the temperature takes its toll.
Lopez curling a ball in the box. Wow, what a finish that was! The Rise take a 2-1 lead on a beautiful ball played in by Reyes. Everyone's dancing in Vancouver.
Yeah, good throw and breaks down a little bit. Look at what she does here. She just gets it out of her feet, puts a perfect ball into that dangerous area. A difficult one for the goalkeeper to come forward. Difficult one to deal with as a defender, and they don't do it at anything in the end. Vancouver on the end of it. Fantastic finish. Great reply after going 1 down to Calgary, and now 2-1 up.
And a couple substitutions. Latifa Abdu and Jess DeFilippo, who have been deadly, coming out of the match right now with a 2-1 edge for their team.
Scored in the 65th minute, our second of the match by number 11, Jessica
And Vancouver keep moving forward. By the way, the substitutions coming into the match, Josie Longhurst, but making her NSL debut is Alex Lamontagne, the 30-year-old from Richmond Hill, Ontario. Lamontagne, number 8 for Vancouver. She's fresh off playing with the French side, Saint-Etienne. Has been playing overseas in France for a number of years. But coming back home, a native of Richmond Hill, Ontario.
Another substitution leaving the match.
And Vancouver keep coming in droves here. The cross in, Moore heads it away. Perot, quick first touch. Cuts it back, Moore. Gives it a half clearance. Shot is sitting in the box. Calgary can't seem to clear it out.
No, it's all Vancouver at the moment. This is the first time we've seen Calgary get pulled around a little bit. They're losing their shape. I know they're getting tired, but you got to maintain that shape and positioning and keep communicating to organize your defense.
Shot from distance, goes over the bar, but time for a breather. There is Alex Lamontagne. Welcome to the Northern Super League. And during her time with Saint-Etienne, decent goal output.
So great, the Northern Super League giving players, the option. I mean, it's always been the way to have to go to Europe and play professionally, or the United States, but to have an option to come to Canada and play in your home country is just absolutely brilliant. And Diane Matheson putting this whole thing together, and the whole project has just been amazing in his second year. And just starting off, it's just begun, but it's brilliant to see.
Lamontagne driving forward, and that Talbot a little uncertain that was going to be going wide, and lucky for her it was.
Well, I'm going to say she knew exactly what she was doing. It does take a little bit of a deflection, but she's just going to guide this one out. She knows it's wide of the post. And it might have been a deflection. Looking for a corner, Vancouver wasn't given.
Okamoto. Holly Johnson winning it back, drawing the foul. So 2-1 game for the Vancouver Rise over the Calgary Wild at this stage. 20 minutes left to play. All the goals in the second half. Tegan Stewart with an early penalty kick just 1 minute into the half, and then Jess DeFilippo, what a season she is having. A brace today with goals in the 56th and 65th minute.
Yeah, if you get those balls into DeFilippo in the right areas, she's going to attack it, and she's going to score more times than not. Just feed off those balls in, and Reyes played a brilliant pass in just in behind the defenders. It was just perfectly played and well finished as well.
Foul on Johnson. Longhurst looking for Lopez. Watching the Northern Super League presented by BMO, official bank of the NSL, as the Calgary Wild get ready for a few substitutions in this second half.
Yeah, they need some fresh legs out there at the moment. They're looking a bit tired, a few of them. And it stung a little bit, obviously, the reply from Vancouver. A team that hasn't won in the Northern Super League, it's easy to get your heads down and stop playing, but I got to remember where they were a few minutes before Vancouver scored. They were looking really, really strong, so see if we can get back to that.
And that did not look good either there. Polgarsh combining in a tackle. I believe that's Lamontagne down.
Awkward.
Really awkward looking challenge.
Doing what they do well at Vancouver running. Yeah, it was just an awkward coming together.
Lamontagne up on her feet. Former Canadian Youth International, 2 caps with the senior team back in 2017 as well. A couple substitutions coming to the match. include Jackie Savitsky coming in. Savitsky from nearby Coquitlam, BC. Philippines international, approaching 50 caps for country. And I'm sure she's got one eye on that Women's World Cup next year in Brazil. Philippines already qualified for that. Thurton, they're playing the advantage there, I think, but Thurton, I thought somebody grabbed an arm there.
Oh, yeah, there's a yellow card given. You're absolutely right. Well spotted.
Maybe Thurton might have got the retaliation there. We'll get confirmation. Anne-Marie Canuel. Writing in her book, today's official.
Yellow card, Calgary, number 4, Jordan Bocom.
Calgary trying to draw even here. Johnson, the cross in, it's cleared away. Johnson tackled by Anna Bout, who's played a little bit in the wing, a little bit in the central of midfield today. Highly touted for her versatility, says Coach Anya Heiner-Moller.
Yeah, does a really good job at both ends of the field.
And runs about 12K a game, too.
Another player down. Long challenge.
Michaela Moore given a yellow card for that challenge, as the Vancouver's medical staff coming out today. Both teams' medical staffs busy in this tightly contested game.
There's been some strong challenges in this match just in general. Not unfair. Everybody's competing and badly timed and deserved a yellow card, don't get me wrong, but how dangerous it is if you let her turn and face up to you. So you're trying to do a job defensively at getting close and tight, and you end up making a foul and picking up a yellow card for your troubles.
Marte Lopez, the player down. 19-year-old Colombian on loan from Angel City FC this season. Go to the NWSL. Gingerly on that left foot.
Nice.
Good spirit of the game there, Michaela Moore. Lopez skipping it off. The fans treated it. We said, is this going to be 0-0 game, Craig Forrest? We said that at halftime.
And it kind of had a feel to it, didn't it?
And then things opened up here in the second half. The home side happy right now with the 2-1 lead. With plenty of football left to be played at Swangard Stadium.
Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of time added on too. We've had several injuries that physios have had to come on the pitch for.
Haley Brooks looking to take a few extra meters there. Strong challenge there between Lopez and Moore. Seems fine after taking that knock. I love when attacking players put their body on the line, sliding around.
Yeah, I think the fans do too. You can
Yeah,
hear the
no kidding.
reaction is just very committed.
Johnson tried to slip Bockham through. Okamoto's pass skipped under the foot of McCaslin. Manages to get that out of trouble.
Yeah, not the best back pass when you're pinging it at your goalkeeper. It's coming in hot and going to bounce in front of the goalkeeper. Should still deal with it, of course, but you'd like to be able to have a kinder back pass than that.
Smooth by Savitsky. Pogarsh looking for a target in the box, lunging at it. And Vancouver out the other way with Lopez. That ball will run long. Well, 10 minutes plus stoppage time, which we anticipate will be a fair amount. And things have slowed down a little bit between these two teams. A flurry of action in this second half. Sees the rise up front, thanks to 2 goals from Jesta Filippo.
Vancouver quite happy now in possession and no hurry to get the ball forward. Calgary need to put a little pressure on. McCaslin had made that save at 1-0.
Yeah.
Really good save when she stood really strong on the left side. And how important that is, as they basically went from there to scoring 2 goals quickly after. Take a 2-1 lead. An important moment.
Pogarsh certainly did not like that, and Lopez getting spoken to by the referee. Substitution coming to the match, and it will be Pogarsh leaving and Keelan Stewart coming in. Keelan Stewart had a If you caught the game on Wednesday night, the W Canadian Championship quarterfinal, it was Keelan Stewart's great footwork towards the end of the game that led to the 4th goal. Sister Tegan has the goal, and here comes Johnson against her Australian counterpart.
This is going to be interesting. There it
and
is.
A straight red to Tori Tumeth. And is this a turning point in this match? Tori Tumeth, who has been a leader on this team, especially with all the injuries, wearing the captain's armband today, will have to exit this game after this challenge on Collie Johnson.
Yeah, no complaints from Tumeth, and I don't think there'll be any complaints from Vancouver's point of view. Definitely stopped a goal-scoring opportunity. Bit sloppy from Vancouver in a game that they've been pretty solid defensively. Dawson now organizing a wall. Big cheer for Tumeth as she's going to go down the tunnel.
And Vancouver going to make a defensive substitution here. You'll see Jalen Wright come into the match. And looks like Reyes leaving. So an opportunity here for the Calgary Wild. Just over 5 minutes to play. Plus stoppage time. Keelan Stewart on the ball, going for goal! And McCaslin's got it sought the whole way. But Vancouver's down to 10 players for the remainder of this match. Back to Talbert. Montang taking a second to wipe her brow before combining.
Hanging out in the shadows. Nice and cool.
Just limited time today, but you can certainly see the quality in Lamontang. Jalen right back. Calgary throwing some numbers forward. And Perreault, great defensive tracking there.
Yeah, they're going to need all they've got defensively here. Calgary's going to try to, like you say, put numbers forward and Vancouver under some pressure down to 10 players.
A half clearance. Vancouver coolly playing it. Look at Lamontang just showing off over there on the right side of the pitch. Oh, these appreciative fans at Swangard Stadium acknowledging Lamontang.
Well, you have to remember as well that they've only won one home game this year and lost 5, so haven't been really treated to results. Some good football, but not results. And they've got a few minutes here to defend against a side that's hungry for their first win of the season. And actually played pretty well overall.
And Lamontagne collecting herself.
It's a 4th or 5th injury we've had in the second half.
And she got stuck in a couple times.
Yeah, her hands bandaged and looked as though she was kind of gripping. I wonder if she went down. This looked like it could have been a potential foul. She was down trying to protect the right hand. It's hard to tell.
And a second effort. The team's taking this opportunity, just looking at tactics in these final minutes, and then added time still to come.
Yeah, that arm, wrist is causing discomfort. See when she went down as well, she tried to protect it, try to roll a little bit, but obviously it was enough to rattle it. So it's a wrist injury.
Play continues at Swangard Stadium. Vancouver down to 10 players after a red card to Tori Tumeth. They've got a 2-1 lead thanks to 2 goals from Jess DeFilippo. But here come the Wild. Trying to get a share of the points here. Keelan Stewart gets the cross in. Cleared away. Bouncing. In the box, over McKesson's head, and Barkham's got a head on it. She can't believe it. We're tied up at 2. What a finish at Swangard Stadium. It's 2-2. Jorian Baucom.
Fantastic. Well done to Calgary. Well done to the coach, Paddington, too, as well. Some of the substitutions have been great. 8 minutes of time added. McCasson really couldn't do much with that ball in the box. It was great. First, it came from the right-hand side. It was a great ball in, dangerous enough, and then isolated a little bit one-on-one. Crosses one in, just well played, just over the top of the goalkeeper. Baucom gets her head on it to make it 2-2. Well, it looks as though it was almost a defender that flicked it on into her face and in the back of the net. She'll take it.
She'll take it.
Calgary will take it.
She's a striker. She'll take it any way she can.
Yeah.
Jorian Baucom's second goal of the season. Both of them have come against the Vancouver Rise.
Right off the nose.
Yeah. The eyes water. Boy, do they water.
Do they ever. Well, after a disappointing first half, this second half has just been fantastic. Been involved in a few really good games in the NSL. And the second half has been right up there.
Calgary moving forward with confidence as Keelan Stewart has to make sure she held up play. Baucom was going to be offside.
Yeah, it was a good run from Baucom because she drew some players in and she was trying to use that dummy run to come in on her left foot, but ran into trouble. Was dispossessed.
Foul on Longhurst.
I thought Calgary were, they're pushing to try to get a point out of this game, and now they got bigger plans. Maybe all 3 points.
Still looking for their first win of the season, the Calgary Wild. A lot of stoppage time here at Swangard Stadium.
The momentum switches in this half has just been remarkable.
Stewart Ball curled in behind. Flicked on. And McCaslin will get to that, no problem. Well up the pitch. Ball quickly thrown in. Collie Johnson. The cross. Right to Bockham again. The header was off. Still in the box though. And Vancouver has to cautiously get that out of bounds for a throw-in.
Yeah, they're pinned back at the moment. The substitution Stewart on this right-hand side has been great. She's dangerous and fresh.
Moore trying for a long throw in the box. Talbert off her line. Knocks it in, looking for Thurton.
Good ball.
Thurton keeps it alive. Svitzy's shot across goal. And halfway through stoppage time, it's Calgary with the pressure. Vancouver trying to keep things organized, down to 10 players, of course. Headed through, Collie Johnson cuts it back, has Thurton. Shot blocked. Johnson, back post, Bockham! Keelan Stewart! It's the youngster Keelan Stewart! 5 minutes into added time, it's 3-2 for the Wild. Is this their first win of the season?
Stewart, she's been just excellent since coming on. McCaslin can't believe what's going on. This is like a bit of a deja vu where they were 2-1 up against Montreal last time out at home and lost 4-3, so they're a bit fragile defensively, also a player down. And Calgary, this is a completely different looking Calgary side than we saw for most of the season. They have not won a game yet. I thought they lost their chance there. That one just slips past. I think McCaslin will be disappointed she didn't stop it. But good pressure from Calgary. Excellent work. And now it's theirs to lose.
Bockham hit the post. Keelan Stewart there to put it in the back of the net. And both Stewart sisters on the score sheet today. Still time on the clock.
They just keep putting balls in behind Vancouver and turning the defense toward their goal and having their way with things at the moment. A couple more minutes to see out for Calgary for a great win. Back-to-back wins if you count the Canadian Championships. It'd be quite a week. Well deserved as well. But it's not over yet.
Bockham offside on that far side of the pitch. Calgary will be wary. It was Vancouver that had the upper hand in their previous meeting this season with 2 late goals to win it 4-2. Now it's Calgary with 2 late goals and a 3-2 lead. But Vancouver's going to keep pushing, even down to 10 players. Bockham winning the tackle.
Take it to the corner, kill some time.
Right to the flag. Thought she'd won a corner.
I thought she had as well.
It's going to go the other way. Vancouver. Time running out here. Savitsky. Smoothly playing it to Thurton.
Yeah, well, that's a corner. And I would expect them to do the same. If you're going to do this professionally and kill this game off, keep the ball right in the corner, play a short one. No point in putting the ball in the box and giving Vancouver an opportunity to break. 0.
Bring your players over, the best holding players you have.
Right.
And there's the final whistle. The Calgary Wild picking up their first win of the regular season with a storm of a second half in these waning minutes too. Keelan Stewart with the winner.
Brilliant. That's a different looking Calgary side. And the coach was bang on when he told us he thought they were good for 3 points in this match. And here's Vancouver continuing to struggle at home. That's 3 losses on the bounce at home. You got to find a way to be a little bit more resilient. The sending off made a big difference, but Calgary going on the front foot, turned Vancouver on a number of occasions, caused problems for McCaslin and Vancouver's defense. I have to say they deserved it. Gutsy performance to come back. Good balance defensively for the most part, except for that spell after they scored where they lost their shape a little bit. But overall, I thought you have to be very, very pleased with Calgary, a team that has really struggled, obviously, with confidence, but what a week it's been for them.
Well, 3-2 the final at Swangard Stadium. A come-from-behind victory for the Calgary Wild. And let's show you how we got here with a whole lot of goals in the second half. It started with Tegan Stewart, perfect penalty.
It was a nicely taken penalty. We thought, okay, well, this could be something special for Calgary, but it all changed. The momentum completely changed and went back toward Vancouver.
Jess DeFilippo, an excellent game from her before coming off as a substitute.
Yeah, that was one that I thought maybe the goalkeeper could have done better, but overall, I thought the goalkeeper, Talbot, was excellent too.
Curling ball from Reyes and finished off by DeFilippo. A brace for her. She's now up to 7 goals in the season.
Brilliant. And then this, the turning point in the match. Doom is sent off. Rightly so. I thought it was a great call. And then the pressure came, and then delightful ball. Got a little bit fortunate with the flick on coming off the nose. Welcome, but she'll take it. And that tied it up at 2.
And then here, off the post, Keelan Stewart, right place, right time, and right finish.
Yeah, nicely done to finally get it into the back of the net and get the first win of the season. Very pleasing and a very good performance. You can see overall very even, but that second half, 5 goals. Couldn't have asked for anything more from the first half that was very forgettable.
Well, certainly this one was not forgettable. 3-2, the first win of the regular season for the Calgary Wild on the road, on short rest. Is this a point which turns the tides a little bit?
I think so. You know, I actually wrote down a note and I said, you know, when they were 2-1 down, thinking they're not that far off. They're not far off at all. They have some new signings. They look better. They're more organized and they're building on something. And sure enough, this is 3 points that's going to put them in good stead, obviously, for the rest of the season.
A look at our standings right now. The Ottawa Rapids still owning top spot. It's the Roses, AFC Toronto, and the Halifax Tides holding those playoff positions right now. Vancouver Rise on the cusp right now. They really need to get those points. Unfortunately, went down to 10 players in that second half, which seemed to turn the tables in the favor of the Wild. Well, we've got more Week 16 action for you in the NSL. It is Ottawa and Toronto, a Battle of Ontario happening at TD Place tomorrow afternoon. So make sure you tune into that one on TSN and ESPN+. Well, it's been quite the afternoon here at Swangard Stadium in Burnaby, BC. One team leaving on the happy side of things, the happy train on the way home to Calgary, while the Vancouver Rise looking for answers after this one. 3-2 the final score in favor of the Wild, and on behalf of Craig Forrest and myself, Signa Butler, and our entire crew here, thank you so much for watching the Northern Super League, presented by BMO, the official bank of the NSL. And make sure you tune to that match tomorrow in the conclusion of Week 16.